The following training is sponsored by the Niagara Library System. We serve our member libraries in Niagara, Orleans, and Genesee counties. Please visit your local library homepage and use your library card to get access to streaming videos, downloadable music, audiobooks, ebooks, and even more from the comfort of your own home. Thank you. Hello. Hopefully this will be the first in a series of videos. People had requested through the Orleans County Digital Initiative. There were a few things that were mentioned, including things like renewing a driver's license, applying for veterans benefits and unemployment benefits, using Microsoft Word. I'd like to do a few short videos on those. So hopefully, again, this will be the first in a series. Let's go ahead and get started with renewing your driver's license in New York State. Now, I am not going to go through the specifics of actually renewing the license. The specifics of renewing the license are changed and regulated by, of course, the Department of Motor Vehicles in New York State. So when you go visit the website, it might look different from what I'm going to show you. What I'm going to point out, though, are the things you need to know to make sure that you're on the right site and that you're actually doing what you really need to do versus some scammer or something like that. Okay, so first things first, do have your driver's license in front of you, or if you got in the mail a renewal certificate, have that information available in front of you. And number two, you will need a credit card or some other form of payment that the DMV accepts online. And again, that's something we'll have to look at as we go through the video. I've always paid with a credit card online when I needed to. So after we have our driver's license in front of us, we do need to find the correct website. Now, this is really important. What I did was I took a screenshot here of a search that I went to Google, and I literally just put in, how do I renew my driver's license? Now, this is a typical search. It's something that people might typically do. If you do this, that's fine. What you need to look for is what is highlighted here or circled in the bright red. You want to be 100% certain that the link right here, how to renew a license, New York DMV, really is going to this website, which is dmv.ny.gov. So it's dmv.ny.gov. That is the official website for the New York State DMV. I was talking to a friend. We were working on doing something, I think, with registration or something, and I don't know where she went or what she found, but she was not on the official New York State website. I can't stress this enough. I realize I've repeated myself. dmv.ny.gov is the official website, and that's what you should be looking for. Whether you do a Google search or whether you type it in directly into your browser, this is where you're going. Okay, so since this happened to be the right one, I went ahead and clicked the link, and just scrolling down here, of course, when I do click the link again, pointing out again, this is dmv.ny.gov, happens to go right to the driver's-license/how to renew license page. So by clicking the link, it took me right to the official New York State license website. You can see that the official date and time is on there, that I accessed the website, and there's a couple of alerts out now, but importantly for us, it starts on how to renew a license. And it talks about that the page was updated for the virus there, and also important information: if your license expires between March 1st, 2020 through May 31st, 2021, they have specific instructions. Okay, these are the things you need to look for and talk to or ask about. Once you've clicked on the link, you go to the official New York State DMV website. I know I keep saying that, I sound like a broken record, but it's really important that you go to the official site. you're going to want to then click the links to see the instructions. So I, again, in here took a screenshot of part of the website for the DMV. Let me go over to, now this is the live results here on the DMV. So I'm going to go ahead and click right on the link, and that brings me again to where I was, where it was the screenshot of how to renew a license, and I'm just scrolling down the page, and it has all kinds of information on it. Again, this is something you will have to check out. I'm not going to talk about that necessarily, but the ways to renew, so if I scroll down here, it does say right here in the blue, you can renew your license online. So I am going to click on that button, and when I do, it gives me a nice kind of alert on the renewal instructions. It gives you the before you begin information, if you're going to be turning 21, when you pay, you can download a temporary document. That becomes very important because if you've already paid and you make sure you have a temporary document, if something happens and you need a temporary document, then of course you have it. Yay. All right. So what I'm going to do, since we're on the live site and it seems to be working, I'm going to click the continue button. And when I do, let me just double check my notes. I'm going to go back to Microsoft Word and check my notes here. And of course I have, that's very important, these instructions are subject to change per the New York State Department of Motor Vehicles. So here's where I was, and when you continue, here's where we are now. Every required question, everything that is required for you to fill out, you have to look for the little red asterisk, and you can actually see it here, and that's where it says required fields are marked with an asterisk. It does ask point blank, as part of your renewal today, do you want to register to vote or update your party enrollment with the New York State Board of Elections? And you can see the little red asterisk. You have to say yes or no to the question before we can continue. When I went and I answered that question, the following screen came in. And again, it says your required fields are marked with an asterisk, and the 9-digit DMV ID number, that's right on your license. They also have these nice little pop-up links that if you're not sure where your DMV number is, if you click the link, it'll actually pop up with a little picture of an example license and point out exactly where the information is on the license or your ID card. So your date of birth, social security number, all of this stuff is all required. And this is where then I stopped in the process because I don't need to renew my license, but you would have to answer all of these, and then you would go to the continue button at the bottom and continue answering the questions, filling out your payment information, vision tests, anything that the DMV requires. They will put it out for you, as you can see on the screen, point by point. One thing I do want to mention as we're talking here is that site security is 100% vital. It is important that you're on the right site. How do you know this at a glance? Well, if you look at the upper top left corner of your screen, you can actually see that there's a little padlock. So let me move from Microsoft Word over to the live website. And this is the live New York State DMV website. And here's the padlock that I'm talking about in the upper left-hand corner as you look at it. And if I click or even tap the padlock on the screen, it tells me right away the connection is secure. It gives me a certificate, tells me what cookies are in use, and cookies are just little programs that the DMV uses to track certain things like your preferred language and stuff like that. So the big thing that we want to look at though for security is the certificate to make sure that that is valid. So I can click right on it, and when I do, actually let me move this a little, there we go, so it's a little better in the screen, pops up in the upper left hand corner, and the certificate information is really important. And it proves your identity, that you're you, to a remote computer somewhere on the internet. It also ensures the identity of the remote computer, meaning that we know that we're talking to the New York State DMV and not someone from who knows where in the world. It's issued to, this is dmv.ny.gov, issued by, and this is DigiCert SHA2 Secure Server. And the valid dates go, it looks like, from the 12th of 2020 to the 21st of 2021. So we're within the valid period. That's very good. Let me switch back over to Microsoft Word, and there is the certificate again. There's a lot of digital security companies, and I was curious about DigiCert. DigiCert is a California company, and what I did was I simply opened up a tab and I literally Googled DigiCert. So let me just scroll up a little. Right there, I Googled it, and the company came up with a website and all of that. So if people are trying to scam you, chances are excellent none of that is going to come up. Thank you, good luck, happy renewal, and we'll see you later. Bye now.